it's Jasmine, and in today's video I showed you guys all of the lip swatches of the brand new Kiss of a Fairy lipstick collection from Oden's Eye. There are two different formulas with 3 lipsticks each, so they have a velvet lipstick formula as well as a cream lipstick formula. The first 3 lipsticks that I tried out in this video were of the velvet formula, and then the last 3 were of the cream formula. And if you're wondering what I'm wearing on my lips, it was just the last shade that I swatched, which was Tulipa Kiss from the cream selection. Now, fun fact, the day that you're actually seeing this video is the day of the launch of these lipsticks. I actually don't know the prices of these. They were sent to me, but I honestly just wanted to give you my thoughts and opinions because I find it very interesting that brands are still coming out with bullet lipsticks during the pandemic when we are supposed to be wearing masks. So I think that this is definitely something worth a review in my opinion. So I wanted to go ahead and first talk about the velvet formula and then the cream formula. But you know what, in general, I think all of the shades that I tried out today were all really flattering on my skin complexion. There was not a shade here that I disliked, but going into the velvet family, we have here this one, which is a nude called Light Peach. And it was a light peach, I would say, but it was definitely more of like a neutral lipstick. It wasn't anything like too cool to the point where it looked ashy on my lips, which was really nice. The second shade that I tried out was a true red, and this one is Red Cherry. Now, I was scared that this was going to look a little too abrasive because whenever I come across anything like a true red, I'm always scared that it's going to clash with my skin tone because true reds typically have a blue undertone, but this one in fact had more of like a hybrid between an orange and a pink, so it had a little bit of warmth in there to mesh well with my skin complexion, but still looking like it was a true red. It's a very interesting color to me personally, simply because I don't wear a lot of reds and I don't own a lot of reds. And the last velvet lipstick was the shade Fig Jam, and this is more of like a vampy, darkened purple red. And I found that this color, although it looked nice on my lips, I actually found that it attached itself to my dry patches, which I have a lot of on my lips. I think my lips is like probably the driest place on my body. So it didn't look necessarily amazing, but I'm gonna tell you this, I would honestly wear this if I wanted like a stained lip effect, because if you apply it and wipe it right off right away, it actually leaves a beautiful stain on the lips while still maintaining that velvet finish. So if I was to realistically wear this, I wouldn't wear it full pigment. I would apply it full pigment at first, but then immediately wipe it off just to get that popsicle lip look. I think it looks really, really pretty, and even though this wasn't like the best formula, it still has a purpose in my collection. I would consider the velvet formula to be very reminiscent of the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks if you guys have tried those. However, I feel like it's a little bit creamier than MAC's. I think MAC's tends to be a little bit more powdery, if that makes any sense. It definitely feels not necessarily more matte, but it just feels like there's more powder embedded in that type of lipstick, while these ones, they feel very moisturizing when they are applied, but they still have that kind of matte overlay on the lips, making it not super creamy. So it's a very soft velvet, if you want to put it that way, and I do like the way that it feels on the lips. It is going to transfer, being that it is a bullet lipstick, so even though it looks pretty on the lips, you do have to keep in mind that it will transfer. Now let's go ahead and talk about the cream lipsticks. These are gonna be your typical cream formula lipsticks. However, the actual pigment of these lipsticks are actually very sheer. Not very, very sheer. Let me take that back, reel it back in. It's actually more sheer than I anticipated. Typically with cream lipsticks, they almost give you like full pigment right away, but with these ones, you actually can layer it up, which is nice. And I feel like ultimately it looks beautiful when you have it sheer or when you build it up to full pigment, but when you do build it up to full pigment, it does not feel thick or cakey on the lips. It actually feels very nourishing, almost like maybe like a lip mask. Maybe that's the best way I could put it. It just feels nice and hydrating. Again, it will transfer, especially being that it is a cream. So this is definitely like an indoor situation, or maybe you are taking photos outside and you need something that has a little bit extra shine. Oh, the shade name, beautiful. The shade name, just chef's kiss. Whoever named this lipstick in particular needs a raise. It is called Love Jasmine. Period. I love that name. Thank you so much. Okay, I digress on this topic, but I feel like whenever there is a shade called Jasmine, it's always an ugly shade, or whenever a style of lashes is named Jasmine, it's always this crusty, busty, dusty looking ass style. And I am so happy that not only is this a beautiful shade, but it's also named Jasmine. Like, I am so happy. You guys really have no idea. I talked about this with Sydney the other day, my best friend, and literally we were talking about how ugly some styles of Jasmine are, and this shade is like a warm terracotta brown, and although it does look very dark, it sheers out beautifully on the lips, which is like, I love it so much. So this one is definitely a recommendation, not being narcissistic or egotistical at all, but it is a nice shade, and I do like the formula, especially with this type of nude color. The next shade here we have is Brown Rose. Now, I think out of all of the shades that I tried today, I like this shade, but I wasn't wowed. Like, I wouldn't necessarily go back for it, like, with excitement. I think I would definitely reserve this for the days where I know I want to do like a darkened red lip, but not quite vampy, you know, like kind of in between there. This is definitely wearable, and I feel like this is a shade that a lot of people already have in their collections, especially if you do like reds, if you're a red connoisseur. I think you might have this type of shade in your collection, but I think for me, because I don't have a shade kind of like this or in this type of formula, I am going to still keep it because it is very interesting to me, and I do want to get into reds a little bit more. I say that every single year, but you know what? I am getting into reds, okay? Slowly but surely, like, I am transitioning. Thank you. And as far as the shade that I'm wearing, again, it is Tulipa Kiss, and this is so freaking beautiful. I was really scared that this was gonna be super patchy, similar to the Fig Jam shade, but it does not look patchy at all. In fact, it leaves like a beautiful kiss of darkness. It's really, really interesting. I have actually never tried, I think it's called like Black Honey from Clinique. I know that's like a bestseller, and I feel like this is kind of giving me that vibe. I've only swatched it on my hand, by the way, that type of shade from Clinique, and it definitely gave me like this type of situation. And I feel like when I have these type of vampy darkened reds in my collection, especially in a cream formula, it has a tendency to rub off when I layer it or get really patchy right in the inside of my mouth. And I think that the formula with this color meshes really perfectly because it's a formula that you could build up from sheer to opaque, and it just makes the process look so much better, very juicy, but not doing too much like a gloss. Although I have dry, crusty lips, I do love my matte lipsticks. I know, I really do. But I just feel like in this collection in particular, I think I'm more gravitated towards the cream lipsticks because it is sheer buildable. And I think that with the velvet lipsticks, I think I am more gravitated to other matte lipstick formulas in my collection. I really love the Huda formula. I love the Juvia's Place formula a little bit better than these ones. These ones I just think that if I have super crusty, patchy lips, it is going to emphasize that texture, unfortunately, while some of my other matte bullet lipsticks are able to cover that up even though I do have that crustiness. And to reiterate, I don't know the prices of these, but they do launch today. So if you want to get your hands on them, you definitely can. I don't have a coupon code for you guys, I'm sorry. But I just hope that you guys like this lipstick try on. I did have a poll on my Instagram, and it turns out a lot of you guys really do like my lipstick try on. So thank you so much. I hope that you guys found this very helpful, and I hope that you were introduced to a new brand, Oden's Eye. And I hope that I can actually do a week-long palette palette series video with their brand, because I actually do have enough palettes for a 1-week series. So if you guys do like my makeup palette series and you guys want to see their makeup palettes in action, then please let me know in the comments down below. And I think that kind of wraps it up for you guys today. I hope you all have an amazing day today, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.